Hi guys, welcome, dobrodošli. This is Wando here, and in this video I'm going to talk about 5 things that you can do here in Serbia but you can't do in the United States of America. I get a lot of messages from people who are interested in traveling to the United States or possibly living in the United States or going to university in the United States. So I thought I would make a video giving you guys a heads up of some things that you should maybe look forward to or maybe not look forward to. And if you're interested in me making more videos like this where I talk about some helpful information for you guys who are interested in going to the United States, whether moving there or just traveling there. I get a lot of questions from people who are just trying to travel there and they're getting denied visas, and they ask me for some advice. So if you want me to make more videos talking about traveling to the United States, just let me know. So one of the most awesome things that you can do here in Serbia that you can't do in the United States is you can walk outside with some alcohol in your hand and drink alcohol outside in public for the whole world to see. Because this is a video.
You could have told us that.
But in the United States, you can only drink alcohol inside your house or at an establishment that serves alcohol, like a bar or a restaurant. Now guys, this is actually something that I do have some confusion about. Like, I don't know if it's one of those things like crossing the street on a red light where you shouldn't do it, but people do it anyway. So can you guys clarify for me that in the comments? But as far as I know, it's totally fine to have a can of beer outside, enjoy the beautiful streets of Belgrade. For me personally, I'm always with my best friend Vinjak. Who needs human friends when you have Vinjak? In the United States, this kind of thing is a big no-no. You can get arrested. Can you get arrested for that? Yeah, I think so. I forgot how things work in the United States. I don't even remember anything about that country. But long story short, having an open bottle of alcohol outside, not okay in the United States of America. Yeah, United States of America has a bit of a stick up its ass, if you ask me. So the next thing that you can do in Serbia that you cannot do in the United States is smoking inside in clubs, restaurants, bars, all of those sort of establishments. You can do that in Serbia, you cannot do it in the United States. Pretty much everywhere in the United States has outlawed smoking inside. Of course you can smoke inside in your own home, but there are very few other places where you can smoke inside. You can smoke inside in casinos, but casinos aren't like everywhere in the United States. Like there are some cities like Atlantic City or Las Vegas where you do have a lot of casinos, but unless you're like going for the weekend to Atlantic City or Las Vegas, you're not going to really encounter casinos in your everyday life in the United States. Like where I'm from, my state Maryland, there are some casinos, but there's not a lot. Whereas like here in Serbia, casinos and betting houses, those types of things, you see them quite frequently. So really, it's very hard to find places that will allow you to smoke inside. Here in Serbia, every place allows smoking inside. I mean, there are some places that don't, but there's so many places that do. And if you're someone who's like me, who doesn't smoke, and you are not a fan of smoke, of course that's not the greatest thing. And I love Serbia, but I'll be honest, don't love all of the smoking. Like, I have nothing against people who smoke. My thing is I drink alcohol, you know? Everyone has a vice. In the United States, smoking has way more stigma attached to it compared to alcohol. So, you know, smoking inside is just, it's something in the United States that's really looked down upon, but Serbia is a completely different country. There isn't such a strong stigma against smokers. So guys, before I continue, I wanted to ask you guys a favor, and that is, if you're at this point in the video and you're liking this video so far, please go ahead and give this video a like. You have no idea how much simply pressing the like button helps my channel. It helps my channel so much. So please do that for me if you are, of course, liking this video. I do hope that you're liking the video. So the next thing that you can do here in Serbia but you cannot do in the United States is talking about your salary. And It's not that you can't do it in the United States, you can, but I do think that people here in Serbia are a lot more open about talking about their salary and talking about numbers of their salary and openly saying, this is how much I make, how much do you make? It's normal. So many people have asked me how much my salary is. People that I honestly, like, I'll just meet someone and we're like in the process of getting to know each other and they'll ask me about my salary. And in the United States, talking about salary is just one of those things that you just don't do it unless you are really, really comfortable with someone. I just think it's one of those things where, among many things in the United States, I think there's secrecy to it. It's an awkward thing within the society to compare your salary to someone else's. If you're someone who's making a lot more money than someone else, talking about your salary to that other person is something that can make that other person feel very insecure about their salary. So I feel like on both ends there's just kind of this awkward insecurity about it. I have so many friends who have been my friends for years and years and years and years. They would never tell me what their salary is. They never talk about their salary. They don't ask me about it. I don't ask them about it. I also think that instead of people talking about their salary, the way you kind of gauge how well someone's doing in their life financially is when they talk about like buying a house or moving to a nicer apartment or getting a car, buying a nicer car. You can just gauge from that they're probably making more money, but they're not going to outwardly say, this is how much more money I'm making now. It's just something we don't do in the United States. We just don't go there. So the next thing is all about alcohol, drinking and buying it. You can drink alcohol and buy alcohol here in Serbia by the time that you're 18. I think that's the legal age to do it, right? If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But to do those things in the United States, you have to be at least 21 years old. And this is something that I like so much about Europe. I just feel like in Europe, there seems to be a little bit more of a mature relationship between young people and alcohol. But I feel like in the United States, it's this thing where just everyone has this really, really immature relationship with it, where like you have to wait till you're 21 to start being able to drink alcohol legally and be able to buy alcohol. I mean, the reality is that a lot of people start drinking alcohol before they're 21, before they're even 18. I think the more a country acknowledges the reality of being a teenager and being young and just having like a healthy conversation about things that have all of these legal implications around it, like alcohol, I think the better off that country is about that particular issue. I think it is a bit crazy that 18-year-olds can join the army and go off and die for their country at 18, but then they have to wait another 3 years just to buy alcohol. It's just a little, it's a lot absurd to me. It's not a little absurd, it's a lot absurd. But we're talking about the United States here. But anyway, this is specifically something you should keep in mind if you are interested in traveling to the United States and you're not yet 21. It's gonna suck. You're gonna be bored. You might be breaking the law a lot. So just be prepared for that. So the last thing of many things that you can do in Serbia but you can't do in the United States, which is probably the one thing that makes me miss the United States the most, is here you can let your dog or your cat shit in the street, the sidewalk, the public sidewalk, and that's totally okay. In the United States, that does not fly. And this might seem like a very small, insignificant thing, but in the United States, that is just, that is a no-no. Letting your dog or your cat take a in a public street or a sidewalk, as far as I know, there's no laws about it, but it's just like a common courtesy that everyone has accepted. You will very, very, very rarely see dog shit or cat shit in the street in a public sidewalk. Now, I should specifically say that I live in Belgrade, so where I live in Serbia, everyone's dogs shit on the it's just such a like dirty word. What is it, defecate? Everybody's dogs defecates. Everybody's dog defecates. Everybody's dog defecate. Everybody's dog or dogs are allowed to defecate in a public sidewalk. But I don't know if things are slightly different in different cities. Like Novi Sad, for example, actually kind of reminds me of where I'm from in the United States. It has this very suburban vibe to it, where it's very clean and pretty and pristine and just perfectly colorful and lovely. Belgrade is a lot more gritty, grungy. So I don't know if it's a Belgrade thing or if it's a Serbia thing of dogs can just shit wherever the hell they want to, but it's definitely a thing that I'm not a fan of. And no shade against Serbia, but I don't like it. I'm not a fan. You know, even my neighbor's cat, when my neighbor's cat always goes outside to poop, the neighbor's cat always poops close to my doorway. So the path that I walk every day to like leave my apartment, leave my door, I have to step over that cat's poop, and it's just really annoying because it's like, this is my path, like this is my door, I have to walk past here, like why can't your cat poop in your path? Like I don't get it. I am really proud of myself because I've lived here for a year and I have not stepped in dog shit once. I don't know how, but I have not stepped in it once, so I'm super proud of myself, but it's a struggle. The struggle is real. So sorry to end this video on a shitty note, literally speaking, but that is going to be the end of this video. I'm sure there's plenty of other things that I could have talked about, but those are just the things that were on my mind in this video. So if there are some other things that you know that you can do in Serbia but you can't do in the United States, then feel free to comment it below. And that being said, I'm going to go now. I'm really hungry. So again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really does help my channel so much, you have no idea. And be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss any of my videos that I have every week. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao ciao for now.